Hi everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. So this week I have cards that we will be making at my in-person stamp camp. I've been doing stamp camps, gosh, my daughter's 31. I've been doing them since before she could walk. So 30 years of camping. But these next few cards that I will record will be that. Most of them are Christmas. There's a couple of fall ones. The caveat is when I do it, like these I haven't filmed yet, but I'm going to show them to you. And there's at least one fall one, maybe two, I can't remember, that are still over in the line that don't have their finishing touches. The reason I'm showing them to you early is because I don't know what order I will post them in. And Stampin' Up! Has free shipping this week, the 22nd to the 24th. You can head to my website and get the details, and I don't know which cards I will post in what order. So today's may post after free shipping, I don't know, but I will show it in these two videos. So stay tuned for these. This card right here actually has two versions. This is not the version that will make it camp. It's very similar, but I'll show you how to make it both ways. This one takes a little bit longer than what we have in camp, especially because they are doing that framed art piece that I showed you a couple of days ago. So they need lots of time to work on that. So today I'm using the Gingerbread Man stamps, or dies, no stamps, just the dies from the Gingerbread Man. But I'm not using the Gingerbread Man. But if you want to see him, you can go watch these two videos. Then this one uses the specialty cards and envelopes, which the greetings that I'm using today actually go with those as well. And then if you spend $50 with me this month, spend $75, you'll get free shipping during the free shipping thing. But this is my tutorial that is part of the tutorial bundle that I do with a lot of other demonstrators. So here's the Gingerbread Man stamp set. Like I said, I'm only using the dies because the dies are super cute. And I haven't used the dies that I'm using today on the Gingerbread Man cards. Well, I did on the one for the tutorial, but not on ones that I've done for you guys. So a couple of the things that we will be using here are the sentiments, and they're stickers. You can see where the slits are. So they're stickers, but they're super thick. They feel like faux balsa wood, maybe. Like they have that kind of feel to them. So you can see you get tons of greetings. They are called the Greetings for You. And they go with, let me get that card back out. Do the envelope because you can see it there. See, they match nicely because they have the gold. But these are great if you don't want to buy a Christmas greeting set, or if you're stamping with friends, or if you're mass producing. I know a lot of you do cards for your churches or for soldiers. These are great because you can just put them on there, and there's all kinds of. There's 6 sheets. I think that there's probably 3 of each. They're in the holiday catalog. No, there are more than that. Because so there's 6 sheets, there must be 2 of each. Now I'm looking at them like, is the one I use the one I want to use, or do I want to switch it up? So I might switch it up because that way at camp they can see 2 different ones. Then I'm also using, I hadn't even opened this yet. Well, I opened it probably to show you in the unboxing video, and then I've never used it again. So I don't know if you can see it. See the snowflakes on it? I never know what the camera's picking up. It is called the Silent Snowfall Specialty Designer Series paper. So it looks like a 12 by 12 sheet has already been put through an embossing folder, which is excellent. If I had remembered that I had it, I would have put it in my framed art piece I did the other day as a background, because there's times you need an odd size, right, from your folder, and it doesn't fit even in the 6 by 6 folders. So this is nice if you want that. It'd be great for winter scrapbook pages, but we're just going to use it for a card base because it's super cute. So see if that stuff won't fall down. So for my card, I have a base, real red. I'll just fold this in half. This card is super quick, so if you haven't done anything yet towards getting your Christmas cards done, this would be a really easy one. Then I cut the Snowfall Specialty paper to 4 by 5 1/4. And then these are scraps. If you see that blue, when I was making that blue card, it was a little bit of trial and error. So watch that video and you can see all of my trials and errors before I got it the way I liked. So I had all this paper and I didn't want to waste it. So I'm going to show you the dies as I put them on here. I think it's about time I get a new plate. This plate's seen better days. Plates are a good thing to pick up during free shipping. So let's see, I can probably get them all on this piece. So there is a lollipop, and you can see it comes hooked together. The candy cane comes hooked together. And then there is a peppermint, or spearmint in my case, because I colored it green. So let me just run those through my machine. Okay, so you can do this. There's two different, oh, there's a zillion different ways probably you could do it, but there's two different ways for this particular card. You could cut them in the colored cardstock that you want. You can see this pops out. So you can color either or. I think this time I'm going to color the circle. Last time I colored that. You could cut them out of colored cardstock. Like this could have been red. And that was my original intent when I started. But because we're doing this for camp, that's a lot of little pieces for them to keep track of in their paper packet and for me to cut. But when you do just white and you have our Stampin' blends, which I will be ordering a new red one. Unfortunately, it won't be here in time for camp, so they're going to have to use my old one. There are colors I use all the time, so I'm always fully aware of the state of my products in those. And then there's other colors. I guess red must be one. When it rolls around to holiday time and I'm like, oh, haven't used this color for a while. So these overlay. So let's use the red. We'll color in the top. Of our peppermint. And it is a little dry, but it'll do the job. It'll even make it through camp. The blends, if you haven't colored with our blends before, because you could do this with markers, you could do it with ink pads, those would all take longer. And the blends changes it so it just looks like you use that color of cardstock. Like if somebody saw this, they would not necessarily know that that just wasn't red cardstock. Then I'm going to do, last time I colored this little piece, it was harder to glue on, so I'm going to try this one. So this is a traditionally classic Christmas card, so red and green. Not having any other colors but the gold and the white. And this is real red. You could do it with, you could do it a little bit different. My colors are based off of the ribbon and the embellishments that I wanted to use, whether or not I used poppy or cherry cobbler or another red. But because I was using the ribbon and the embellishments that I chose, that's how I ended up with this color combination. So there's that. And then I'm going to take, this is shaded spruce. It works faster if you do these with the brush tip. Color the back of my popsicle. I'm going to leave this stick. Thought about coloring it brown, and then I thought, no. If we had something that colored gold perfectly, I might have done the stick in gold, but. And then here's our peppermint. And on it, I'm going to, remember I said it's a spearmint on mine, because I didn't want too much red on the card. And I have a red background because my larger ribbon is shaded spruce. So sometimes you kind of want to balance your colors out, unless you did everything red and then you just had the ribbon be spruce and you had a pop of color, that would work too. So it's just kind of up to how you want to do it. These are mostly dry, but because this is the first card and because the rest of it's wet, I'm going to set it aside. We'll move on to the next step. So to tie the ribbon on here, I'm going to use the shaded spruce gold edged ribbon. There is a right side and a wrong side. One's a little bit shinier, but if you got the wrong one up, I don't think anybody would notice. I'm going to put my scissors and just cover them up. So I'm just going to cut it the size of my card. And then I'm going to go ahead and flip this over. There is also a wrong and a right side to this paper, just like there would be if you ran something through a folder. Except maybe sometimes on our folders, I think you can debate and you decide which side you kind of want. This, there's definitely a side where the ribbon is much more the impression's much more prominent. So I'm going to fold this over, try to keep it straight. Whoops, did that not get any? I just don't have it on there. And then I'm also going to add just a little bit here. Help keep that on there. You can already tell this is a Christmas card. Hey, you don't even have to do anything else. And then I'm going to take the red ribbon. This is the red and white twine, which we have had poppy in the past. We have plenty of golds and red and green ribbons right now, so you shouldn't have any problem finding ribbon for your Christmas cards. And then when our ribbon goes on clearance, I stock up on the colors that I can use for wrapping Christmas gifts. So you can see I've laid that under there because you get far more ribbon, especially when our ribbon's on clearance, than you do if you buy the little spools like at Target or TJ Maxx. Those don't have hardly any ribbon on them. I'm gonna pull that tight, but not so tight that it pulls off. Now you can see why I attached it super well to the back of the card. You do a knot just to hold it in place. Maybe if I can pick it all up at one time. Oh, come on. Whenever I film, everything's not exactly, it's like it's pushed a little forward. My head's not over the top. And when you stamp for real, that's not how you do it. So this is the longer piece. So I'm gonna go over to my short piece. So I have the extra to roll that around. This is like 4 times, I think, the ribbon. Get that little bow. So now we look like we have a little package. If you are mailing them and you're worried about the knot, then kind of press it. My other one, I intentionally left a little loose because, you know, sometimes the postal department likes to press on our stuff. So now let's put these together. Grab my glue. I don't take a lot of glue, just put it on the fat parts. In here just for a second so it doesn't set up while I am. I can't. And then these just lay right on top. The other benefit to using the blends is that they dry quickly, so you don't have to worry about it smearing on your hands when the glue touches it and it gets a little wet. Last time I colored the opposite on this one too. I guess it must have stayed in there. No. I don't know what I did. It looks different than my other one. Okay, but it doesn't matter. They all look like candies. So I'm going to start with my lollipop. Just make a little bouquet of candy. And then I'm going to pick a sentiment. So let's do... Now that I know that there's more, let's do, I like my other one, so I'm going to do a Happy Christmas. My husband, you know, is from Australia, so Happy Christmas sounds, it used to sound odd to me. It doesn't anymore. Just pull that sticker up. And these are, like I said, a nice weight to these. Stick this on. It's so nice that they're stickers too. And then these two, I guess I'm done with my glue now. These two I will add with dimensionals. I noticed with the candy cane, the dimensionals just fit, and they kind of have to go, you know, sometimes because of the way these are shaped, you're gonna make sure that you get it kind of straight on and not hanging off the edge. But thankfully, the edges are white and the candy cane is white, so if they're overhanging just a little bit, I don't think anybody would notice. I don't like that there. Let's go there. Okay, and then it just needs a little something to fill it out. So last year these were like all the rage and you couldn't get them. They were always out of stock. This year they're here. It is the Real Red and White Adhesive Backed Peppermints. And they're just what puts this card into the super, super sweet, adorable little category. So there's 2 large ones, 2 medium ones, and then let's do 3 small ones. 1, 2, 3. And it's super easy Christmas card. The placement's a little bit different, and you can see here that I have colored them a little bit different, but overall the same. Here's my long Merry Christmas as opposed to a shorter Happy Christmas, but almost probably the Giant Joy wouldn't fit, but everything else, if you're making these and you're using all the different sentiments, put your sentiment on first so you can kind of arrange your candy according to how long it is. So there you go. Come back to see all of our camp projects made so you can make them at home. Have a great one. Bye.